Your sympathetic nervous system accelerates the stress response and may be linked with a more intense menopausal transition. Your parasympathetic system, on the other hand, applies the brakes and allows you to rest and recover. So how is the vagus nerve involved with the stress response in menopause? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. You're listening to Menopausenaturalsolutions, episode 122. What does the vagus nerve have to do with menopause? Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Hi, welcome back. It's Jen here. Today I want to continue to build on our previous conversation. Back in episode 116, I discussed 7 factors that can make or break your experience of the menopausal transition. These included diet, environmental factors, lifestyle habits, nutrient deficiencies, stress, your digestive health, and your general health. Today we are going to be focusing on stress, but if you are new to the conversation, can I recommend you jump back to episode 116, Tips for an Easier Transition into Menopause, and start there. Today's information is taken from my Menopause Makeover program. I'm so excited to be starting the next group on Monday. So if you've been sitting on the fence and considering the program, you better take a look now or miss out. The program is split into 2 modules. The first is the lifestyle module. And after today's discussion, you will see just how important stress management tools are, especially at this stage of life. The sensation of feeling stressed comes from our autonomic nervous system. This includes our sympathetic nervous system. You might know this as your fight or flight response. The parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, digest and repair response, and the enteric nervous system. This is also called the second brain, as it can act independently of the brain. It controls the functions of the digestive system and produces large amounts of our feel-good neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine. As I'm covering menopause and the digestive system in a future episode, I'm going to leave the enteric nervous system out of today's discussion and focus more on the other 2. The sympathetic nervous system is responsible for preparing your body for action, for a fight or to run away. It is a fear-based reaction in response to the rising levels of our stress hormones, adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. An acute stress response causes your eyes to dilate for better long-distance vision, increased heart rate and blood pressure, opens up your airways to receive more oxygen, diverts blood flow to skeletal muscles. It shuts down non-essential systems like digestion and reproduction, and it increases sweating. This all increases your chances of survival if you have to fight or escape from a dangerous animal. But if you are a stressed out woman with no dangerous animal in sight, these elevated hormones, especially if they are chronically elevated, can also cause reduced ovarian function, which is an issue with irregular periods for those women still in perimenopause. It can increase your core body temperature, contributing to the development of hot flushes and night sweats. It lowers immune function, making you more prone to infections. It may cause blood sugar imbalances and predispose you to type 2 diabetes. And these blood sugar imbalances also cause cravings and weight gain. It can cause thyroid dysfunction by suppressing the production of TSH, which is your thyroid stimulating hormone, and also suppressing the conversion of your inactive T4 into your active T3, instead it converts your inactive T4 into another inactive thyroid hormone called RT3. It reduces your liver's ability to detoxify. It accelerates the structural breakdown of the collagen matrix and skeletal bones, leaving women more susceptible to developing osteopenia and osteoporosis. Reduces the production of secretions, leading to feeling dry, especially dry mouth and dry eyes. It can even be the cause of lowered libido levels, as elevated cortisol levels reduce testosterone levels by blocking its precursor DHEA. It can cause brain fog and cognitive issues, even mood swings or anxiety and depression. These are all linked with elevated stress hormones. It also interferes with your sleep-wake cycles, as cortisol along with melatonin create your circadian rhythm. Too much cortisol blocks melatonin, therefore blocks sleep. To recap, your sympathetic nervous system accelerates the stress response and may be linked with a more intense menopausal transition. Your parasympathetic nervous system, on the other hand, applies the brakes and allows you to rest and recover. The parasympathetic nervous system is a response to feeling safe. When you are in parasympathetic mode, your pupils constrict for better close-up vision. The production of your secretions, such as saliva and teardrops, increase. Your heart rate reduces. It stimulates digestion, stimulates detoxification, helps to balance blood sugar levels, stimulates sexual arousal and lubrication, calms the mind and lifts your mood. The vagus nerve, also called the vagal nerves, play a huge role in the parasympathetic response. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve. It is nicknamed the wandering nerve, as it weaves from the brainstem to the pelvic floor without being connected to the spinal cord. If you want to turn off the stress response and turn on the rest and relaxation response, the best way to do this is by turning on the parasympathetic response by stimulating the vagus nerve. Thankfully, there are so many ways to do this, and best of all, most of them are free lifestyle habits you can add into your daily routine. Some of my favorites include breath work, and we have a breath work session in the Menopause Makeover program. Meditation, especially chanting or progressive muscle relaxation. Humming, gargling, massage, acupuncture, laughing and socializing, exercising and stretching, and the list goes on. The key to vagus stimulation is regularity. Yes, you might feel better after a chilled out massage or a yoga session, but when you make these changes part of your regular life, it helps to stop the stress response before it has even got started. Final reminder, my next Menopause Makeover program starts Monday the 6th of June. It's coming up so fast. So grab your spot now before you miss out. It's an 8-week program designed to help you positively transform your menopausal transition. Wishing you a fun and exciting week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide, and it is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend.